Alright, so here I'm leaving the wrong draft. That's nice. Good start. This is the final draft. As you can see, there are three bands. Mongols, Lithuanians, Franks banned by Crazy Bus, and Mayan Saracens Britons from Captain Thomas. These were hidden bands and global. So yeah, 6 civs not to be used here. I would have left 5 civilizations for each to draft. There's still some good civs here though. Aztecs for Crazy Bus, Vikings, Sicilians, Burgundians, Ethiopians. No, very. I guess these two are cavalry civs. The rest are definitely more towards the archers. And then there's Captain Thomas with Berbers, Khmer, Huns, Indians, Teutons. All not a single. Well, Khmer is an arbalest civ, but that's about the only one here. But Cav Archers, countering Cav Archers. Crazy Bus might struggle against Cav Archer play here, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's go. Let's find the first one. Yeah, it was a crazy comeback, Crazy Bus. I think if Randy Pan had stayed 1TC for longer and just massed more army, it would be very difficult for you to make that comeback. And also that those lacking upgrades were a big deal at the early stage. This is not best of 3 anymore, actually. This is final, and it's best of 5. So here we go. So what immediately comes to mind here are the gold spots for Crazy Bus. Forward, forward, forward. Horrible for an archer civilization like the Ethiopians to have the forward goals like this. But in a sense, it's at least balanced, because for Captain Thomas with the Teutons, forward gold on the hill, and side gold well outside of the base. Not loving the gold spots here, guys. Berries in an awkward spot as well, quite close to the woodline. Semi on the hill. At least Crazy Bus has back berries here. On that note, though, Captain Thomas is the Teutons and Crazy Bus has the Ethiopians and Teutons. One of the things I would say they struggle against are good ranged options like Arbalest Civs, because they are with amazing melee armor, but they don't have the mobility of other cavalry civilizations in terms of speed. And aside from tower defense, they might struggle a little bit against faster firing archers like the Ethiopians have. So there's the wars being brought in here. Captain Thomas, not sure how we would want to open against the Ethiopians. If it's just going to be the scouts, maybe. And but then again, playing cavalry against Ethiopians could be a bit iffy, because they also get instant upgrade to pikemen in the Castle Age, so they have a shortcut there that no other civilizations does. Couple of houses here for Crazy Bus. No mill yet, so it could have been the pre-mill rush here, but here it comes. 2 houses, kind of beginning to look like a men-at-arms build order here, like the Cicero one says, build 2 houses and then a mill. That's one way to go for it. Go about it. A little bit of scouts fights here, denying Captain Thomas of the deer lure, but look like Crazy Bus is getting a bit too ambitious here. Runs quite close into TC to eat some TC fire here. Ouch! That hurt. Small walls here for Captain Thomas, preemptive here to keep the woodline safe. Does he know that the backside here isn't covered by wood? Maybe we'll need to run a double check here and place a house foundation there as well to be really on the safe side. This could be that woman's vision, actually. Nope, she's going back home. So, no mill yet for Captain Thomas. It's just pushing the deer. And here comes the mill at 18 pop. That's kind of late, but I guess you don't need to rush it when pushing deer like this. Oh, are we gonna find the enemy location now? Captain Thomas, steady course towards Crazy Bus's location. Might get lucky and just go run right into it here. He goes to barracks. Being the Ethiopians, you don't need to mine that gold nearly as early. You get 100 food, 100 gold instantly anyway, reaching the next stage. And there's the loom, and the click up will be right around the corner. 22 pop here for Crazy Bus. So the fact that you get that food and gold instantly for the Ethiopians actually makes that men-at-arms archers play a lot more fluent as well, because it releases resources to go for an earlier fletching or just to afford more archers to begin with, or just keep that DC running. It's lots of advantages, even if 100 food, 100 gold seems a bit on the low side for such a bonus. Moving out with the militia here, 3 total. They're not moving together, so that's kind of need to gather them up before engaging. I guess it's a means to make it a little bit harder to track them as well. I always try to collect them a bit here. If you're just kicking in like that, Captain Thomas is up, is with the range to defend here. Barry's on the hill, always awkward. Man-at-arms now 25 seconds away, and a little block there. Could still use the scout to block, even if it's low HP, unless Captain Thomas gets those hits in, which he did. Saves that villager. Not bad at all. But still compromising the Barry income here, forcing a reaction into the range. Probably not the initial plan of Captain Thomas here, looking at the resource disposition. May have wanted to go for the scouts here, I wouldn't know. He was up at 9:48. Yeah, you never know. Could just be a straight fast up time to go for defensive. Looks like it's going to be 2 ranges here now for Captain Thomas, because that's already 6 on gold for the Teutons player. Now the men-at-arms get there just in time to deny Captain Thomas's quick wall, and he needs to evacuate the whole wood. And lots of early damage done by Crazy Bus here. Zero health lost. Yeah. That is amazing by Captain Thomas. But the men-at-arms still looping around, and the eco damage is done as well, though. No, just look at the worker efficiency, it's low, but I mean, if you can keep all the villagers alive, that's amazing. Teutons not as crippled by the being taken off berries either, because the farms are at a 40% discount for the Teutons. And it's actually going back to the berries now. the preemptive skirmishes here, expecting the Ethiopians to go for the archers follow-up, of course. Has seen the archers forward as well, somewhere. One range with consistent production here for Crazy Buzz. Only 3 on gold, but that's all you need for single range archery range production, no problem. The blacksmith though, where is it? It's not here quite yet. So that's the drawback of going men-at-arms into archers. It's a lot more awkward to be able to afford the blacksmith and the upgrades and all of that while producing the archers that are already wood and gold heavy. As opposed to going straight archers where you will not be spending that wood on, or gold rather, on the men-at-arms. You can get the upgrades more smoothly. Second wave of armies forward here now, so no fletching, and not a disaster for the Ethiopians. They do fire faster after all. Just dancing around a little bit here. If you get close enough, you could exploit the fact that skirmishers have minimum range as well. But Captain Thomas, nice defense here. You know what? I actually want to up the volume a little bit here for the... yeah, like everything. Maybe we'll hear the battle sounds. It's just really low. In my ears anyway. I hope you can hear it. Sometimes it helps zooming in as well. So, very equal numbers here. Crazy Buzz higher idleness time, but Captain Thomas with wheelbarrow, so technically they're somewhat equal in villagers. Okay, the level's good. That's nice. Yeah. Yeah, this sounds more right, hearing a little bit of the battle sounds. We have to commend Captain Thomas on the defense here now. It didn't lose a single villager. No villagers were harmed this game so far. And now the Castle Age on the way for Captain Thomas here after not over-investing into skirmishers or archers. And here comes the stables to go for the double stable follow-up in the Castle Age. Only 3 on gold though, which will be an issue for the production. And maybe I jinxed it because this could be the first villager kill of the game. Fletching is in. And as mentioned many times, the Ethiopian archers fire 20% faster. Oh, Captain Thomas gets the first kill of the game. He is right about making full value of the 2 forward archers. He gets an archer and a villager here. This group of 2 archers has killed 6 units total. Could have been more overall. Second TC immediately for Captain Thomas. And way ahead to the next stage here over Crazy Buzz. It's like, yeah, 1 minute 40 seconds to go until Crazy Buzz gets that Castle Age and crossbows. Maybe he'll commit to another town center as well. First knight is out. +1 defense is in as well, so skirmishers and knight. I would say knights. Yeah, it's knights now. It's 2 knights. Trying to cut them off here so that the archers can't take a choke point either. Not that they would, because there are skirmishers chasing. I don't think we'll be seeing elite skirm here. That's wood and gold for the upgrade, I believe, so that's just not worth it at this point. The knights will do just fine until Crazy Bus gets that crossbow upgrade. Ooh, Ethiopians bonus at work here. Extra food and gold. 3 ranges producing food eco. Rather heavy here for Crazy Bus. Could, of course, mix in some camels just to have something in between here, or maybe knights or scouts to deal with skirmishers. Pikemen joining in here as well. That's the perks of having Ethiopians. Instant pikeman upgrade for the spearmen. Bodkin and crossbow is in here, and so far only 1 villager killed this game, and Captain Thomas, however, with the positive KD here, 17-4. But he's not joking around. He places a semi-forward siege workshop here. Both for offensive purposes, of course, could punish this gold that way, and will try to diminish the crossbow numbers to the best of his ability. I think scorpions make the most sense here to begin with, because then you'll have an easier response to weaken the pikemen. And of course, you could just go straight for the mangonels as well, now that the skirmishers are here to focus down spearmen. +2 defense on the way in. Crucial upgrade when fighting against crossbows, so when taking a fight before that, you're always going to find yourself at a disadvantage against a decently sized crossbow mass, which is the case here. Not to mention the pikes that are mixed in as well. The skirmishers somehow still alive here. And now scorpions, as mentioned, the unit of choice for Captain Thomas here. Hit and run from Crazy Bus here, no ballistics yet, but if you're close enough, that's still fine. Pikemen a bit off position here, they're getting some pokes in though, and even so, I think Crazy Bus is getting a good trade here. This is disallowing the knights from raiding the economy at home. As you can see, the walls are complete here for Crazy Bus as well, so that slow mobility, yet still mobility for the Teutons is not going to allow for any easy raids here. You could use Scorpions to deny re-walling behind here though, but Captain Thomas needs to punish this gold now. It's basically the only gold for Crazy Bus. This one is fairly easily denied, I'd say. And you can see a mining camp going up on the stone in the back here as well. And now the Eco KD stats are changing here. 8 villagers killed by Captain Thomas is establishing a solid lead here, even with the higher idle TC time. Those 2 TCs against 1 are working wonders. The cavalry investment as well, 13 knights and 5 scorpions. Such a strong combination here, as the scorpions will deal with both pikemen and crossbows to some extent here. And early mid-castle age, it's not easy to mass enough pikes to withstand the rushes anyway, especially not when the Teutons have that extra bonus in the castle age with +1 melee armor. It makes it so hard to go for pike defense. Big splatter shot with the mangonel here from Captain Thomas as well. If it wasn't Crazy Bus's own mangonel, could have been, but I don't think so. Yeah, nice doing work here. They are inside to raid, and that's yeah, classic. How is that a hole? These buildings are literally kissing. GG is called. Captain Thomas takes the first game, and actually, who is the... Oh, Captain Thomas is actually the lower rated player of the two, if I'm correct here in the... with the rank command. Seeing a Wandering Squires Cup logo, we don't really need that currently. But yeah, a little bit of advertisement for tomorrow's cast there. Nice, Castle Age Cavalry switch for the Teutons there. Speed apparently doesn't matter that much against the Ethiopians. They're also as if lacking mobility. I would have thought the Ethiopians' ranged units to do better here, but that's the first one. Quick look at the draft again. We have Ethiopians losing to the mighty Teutons here. It's all Arabia, so we can only just guess what comes next. And I'm just going to say Vikings versus Indians, just to say something. But I have no idea what's coming, so. Game 2. Burgundians Berbers. Cavalry battle. Let's go. Okay, so we have Crazy Bus with the Burgundians here. Early access to all of the eco upgrades gives Burgundians a fantastic economy and boom when you can get to it. However, even though they have 50% discount on stable technologies, they don't have bloodlines, which essentially makes their Castle Age Cavalier an equivalent of the Castle Age Knight, generic one, but or with bloodlines, but with an extra 2 attack for the Cavalier. However, having Cavalier in the Castle Age means that you could go straight for Paladin in the Imperial Age, and you still have a power unit to complement your already strong economy if you can preserve that. Captain Thomas with the Berbers, no Dark Age bonus aside for the villagers were moving 10% faster. You can see from the movement speed here that it's 0.80 to 0.88, so faster villagers for the Berbers. And I'd say no eco bonus period, actually. They don't really have any eco things going for them. However, they have cheaper cavalry in the castle and the Imperial Ages, 15 and 20%. And should the Burgundians go for the unlikely cavalry archer play, which they won't, you could counter that with Berber's camel archers from the castle, which is a strong ranged camel unit anyway, however you look at it. So that's something we might see here as well, yeah. So speeding it up a little bit here as we get the game rolling. That's the advantage of casting from recorded games. I think for the Burgundians it would actually make sense to go something like Drush Archers or even Men-at-Arms Archers to open against Berbers, to delay the Berbers' Castle Age as much as possible, to keep them from harvesting the resources needed and secure their base to get to that cavalry madness. Captain Thomas, obviously a solid cavalry player. We saw that the previous game with the Teutons. Crazy Bus going to gold. I think we will indeed see the Men-at-Arms opening here, if it's not the Drush with only one villager here. Drush with the Burgundians. You still get the eco upgrades, so yeah, Drush is a good move here, as you are able to obstruct the economy of the opponent already at minute 9 here. Early enough for the walls not to be in place here. Captain Thomas does have Loom though, and reacts with I should say, completes the barracks here to play what I think will be the scouts, unless he now changes plans and goes straight into the archers like the previous game. Captain Thomas a progressé vers l'âge féodal. 4 villagers building the stables here, no joke. They really want to get those scouts out here to make some counter aggression. Crazy Bus did not see the stables, but is expecting it and has those small walls going up at home to prevent that kind of aggression from entering. Feudal Age Palisade walls had 250 hit points. You could make a little bit extra damage with the heal advantage here, but unless you have Men-at-Arms, you're not going to break through Palisades easily. No Horse Collar for either player, even though Captain Thomas is playing the scouts here, where Double Bit and Horse Collar is usually the first things you get. When you're up with that conventional 20 something pop he probably went for. Yeah, here it is. So only 2 farms without horse collar, that's perfectly acceptable. Committing villagers and scouts now to focused on the Drush and the Crazy Bus. Still not a single will kill whole series. Yeah, the early aggression really isn't paying off against Captain Thomas here. 0 eco KD. Good defense from Captain Thomas. Or Captain Thomas. Thomas. Didn't talk that much about the map here, but the main goal should, if you wall, say here, and to the edge of the map, the main goal is fairly secure against any offensive here. Spearman defense for Crazy Bus makes sense. Horse collar is in. Boso is in as well now in the feudal age. And yeah, getting that nice Burgundian's eco boost here. Volvo's keeping the scouts out here. The goal also isn't really exposed because there's spearmen everywhere here. Good defense from Crazy. Wait, how? What? Oh, talk about jinxing it here. I think we'll get the first villager kill here for Captain Thomas. Yes, indeed, but was it an intended trap by Crazy? But oh, that's a hole as well. This looks like a hole, and that's definitely a hole, even though it doesn't look that holy to me. Okay, but only 1 villager. That's fine, of course, given the Burgundians' eco advantage. Head start here. Pulling the villagers off berries now, but the spears are here to chase. The scouts will be focused down. In the meantime, Captain Thomas is probably seeding farms like crazy. He's going to gold now with 16 farms, and if not beating Crazy Bus to the Castle Age here, the uptimes will be somewhat comparable, I think. I actually like how Crazy Bus is also massing up on spears here. The economy allows for it. Stable comes up as well. Could get those Cavalier out eventually. But as you're massing up the spears, it makes the pikeman upgrade all that more viable when you get to the next stage. And you are expecting the Berbers to go for a cavalry play anyway. Yeah, so scouts, they did get 1 kill, so it's not like they're useless here, but 4 or 5 scouts for the Berbers to get 1 villager kill against the Burgundians. That's not nearly enough damage here to set back Crazy Bus significantly. Here comes Wheelbarrow, and right after the Wheelbarrow I would expect that Castle Age to be clicked. The second building coming up here as the Blacksmith, and we have 16 farms here with horse collar for Crazy Bus. You see the scores jumping up and down here. They are somewhat similar. Ooh, could be another kill here now. Trying to block, trying to commit. Almost. Almost. But yeah, as I mentioned a bit earlier, the Castle Age up timings are comparable here. It's like 30 seconds apart, nothing too crazy. Second stable going up here for Crazy Bus. I'd assume that the same thing will be happening for Captain Thomas, who could of course always mix in or go full camels if the Burgundian player goes full cavalier. So We'll see which cavalry player comes out on top here. It's a head start for the Berbers as well, but the second stable is going up just now, so it won't necessarily be any significant numbers advantage for Captain Thomas here, even with the 30 seconds head start. Couple of builders moving forward. He wants that forward siege workshop down again. Always helps fortifying that forward push, of course, to try and contest enemy buildings and eat their TC, as one would say. Gas stage is in, so is the case for Crazy Bus. Look at this Burgundian's economy here, it's crazy. Almost a bit bummed not to see Heavy Plow already, but yeah. Could be another TC here for Crazy Bus, maybe. It's certainly affordable. Here comes Cavalier right away. And third stable going up, yep. So Cavalier in one stable, it's half price, so it's like 150 food, 150 gold. Pikemen coming in, and they are raiding forward here, taking advantage of the fact that Captain Thomas doesn't have any response to this at home, and once Pikeman is in, it's going to be all that more awkward for the Knights of Captain Thomas to engage. However, Crazy Bus doesn't have any upgrades on the Pikeman units, so just say 5 or 6 Knights, equal numbers here, the Knights win easily for Crazy Bus, for Captain Thomas. Knight Scorpion, always a strong combination. Just one here for now, though, as Crazy Bus will try to get the TC up on the goal to the south here. Pikes keeping Captain Thomas off gold. You see 0 on gold here for the red player. That means no more Knights once these have completed production. However, Crazy Bus doesn't have the Pikemen at home anymore, so we'll have to rely on the Cavaliers to defend here. Pikemen still to be dealt with at home base as well, so Captain Thomas is struggling a bit here now. Didn't really lose a lot of builders yet, but is about to lose more. Some Cavaliers joining in here as well makes killing builders a lot easier. This TC looks like it will complete, and that lack of gold has really hurt Captain Thomas's production, but he's making the use of the forward armies here. We'll hit the wood line of Crazy Bus. What's with Crazy Bus and getting the wood lines raided big time? Every game, especially when the maps have shitty woodlands like these, or woodland disposition, I should say. Nothing to this side; it's all in the same area. I blame the hills. Yeah, harder to wall on the hills. That's true. And this gap is still here. Yep. But we'll have to commend the counter-aggression though, as Crazy Bus has been taking Captain Thomas off of Woodline as well. Score lead for Crazy Bus here, getting some raids in. Second TC is up for Captain Thomas as well, so their approaches are similar here, except Captain Thomas has the TC arguably on both wood and gold here, which is securing more resources. Why don't pros ever check by clicking Will outside? And never checks. Yeah. I have the solution for you, just don't wall. At least you'll know when the raids are coming. Good fight for Crazy Bus here. Pikemen in the masses here. Captain Thomas only with cavalry still, and only with 6 cavalry units against Crazy Bus's now mass of 80 military. The villager count is comparable, but Crazy Bus has had the better eco upgrades for a long time here, which also makes a difference. Here go the range, as Captain Thomas wants to make either crossbows or skirmishers here against the spearmen. Should garrison the TC there for some cover fire as well. That's a good call. What's up with the forward buildings here? Nothing really going on over here. No siege units in production. Yeah, I'm liking Crazy Bus's position in this game. 2 TCs now to 2 TCs. They're both producing consistently as well, and indeed it is crossbows for Captain Thomas. Getting crossbow before doing a single unit here. 26 on gold, 11 on wood. And struggling with gold income here, but yeah, yes, at least one secured over here. Basic bus with the offensives here. Camels now raiding for Captain Thomas here, but I think the Burgundians Cavalier, they should be doing alright against Camels. We're lacking some upgrades here for Crazy Bus though, so I take that back. Actually, the Camels are in the numbers, and they have more HP given the, or similar HP with the Bloodlines compared with the Cavaliers. Third DC for the Berbers. Oh, that's ballsy. On the stone here, camouflages in mind maybe, or just a forward castle. Crazy Bus with the aggression here yet again, cleaning up the... Oh, perhaps the camels actually. Oh, I don't want to see this. This is a hero pikeman. Oh, now they're attacking. Oh. What is this? Hey, you did get to kill 3 camels. That's one hero pikeman right there. That's value. 1 pikeman killing 3 camels. Oi. Crossbows versus Cavalier. The Cavaliers don't have +2, so if the crossbows get decent mass, Captain Thomas might be able to weather the storm here. But yeah, it's still subject to raids. He's trying to counter raid with the camels, and is also sort of keeping the eco situation in check here. It's 2 TCs to 3 though, isn't it? Or wait, that third one never got up, so it's 2 TCs to 2 TCs. That's what it says over here as well. Camels, not your best raiding unit out there. They are fragile, especially to ranged approaches like TC fire and whatnot. So that's a concern. And now it's Crazy Bus attempting the forward siege. I miss these blue dots on the minimap here, but they are definitely keeping that pressure up here. Berbers, Burgundians pushing the Berbers with probably what's the best approach, a pike siege style push. That's something that the Berbers usually struggle against. In the Imperial Age they have the champions, of course, and Odegar, but in the Castle Age not so much, and it's all cavalry here for Captain Thomas. He's only 1 crossbow here, and it's just chilling out at home base, looking for things to hit. No TC on the stone anymore, but it's a market going up, and also pretty heavy stone mining here for Captain Thomas, who is sadly behind in builders now by 20, a factor of 20, due to much higher idle TC time and the overall raids of Crazy Bus taking that builder count low compared to Crazy Bus himself here. Attack upgrade going in there, iron casting for Crazy Bus. Makes it easier to engage against camels if you have to, and obviously killing builders in the raids as well, killing in fewer hits. See, the market price is increasing here. It's Captain Nova's actually buying food here, so must be struggling a little bit here. But using the market to transfer these that gold, excess gold, into food for further production here. Mainly builders, no army production here. Army, that's the keyword for this one here. Now a TC on the neutral gold in the middle here. Good approach by Captain Thomas here, and might not even be scouted by Crazy Bus actually. Well, the camel numbers are increasing. It's 16 cavaliers to 12 camels now. A little bit of a hill advantage for the camels. They also have +2, +1. Yeah, good trades here again. See if husbandry is in. Looks to be so. Castle on the hill here to protect the gold and the farming economy. This is a good castle to prevent raids from this angle. Eco situation is still of a concern though. Crazy Bus indeed is mainly on wood eco here, so gather point probably on trees all around here. But as once Crazy Bus gets that stabilized, pops down a few farms and maybe transfers some of the lumberjacks to gold, for example, then this is yeah, very healthy economy for the progression of the game and would allow for an Imperial Age transition as well. To get Paladin, to get the mighty gunpowder units of the Burgundians to finish out the game with the bombard cannons with extra attack, or yeah, you name it. Outpost on the hill here for Crazy Bus to keep an eye out on these golds here to see if Captain Thomas is taking those, because once this gold depletes, then technically Captain Thomas is out of access or can't access his main and secondary golds without Crazy Bus noticing. But guess what? Crazy Bus hasn't seen this sneaky expansion to the side here, so Captain Thomas still has gold access. Struggles for food. But yeah, still hanging in there. It's behind by 30 villagers though, as Crazy Bus spots another expansion to the side here. Really unfortunate, by the way, that Crazy Bus doesn't have this vision over to this area with the buildings. It's like small margins here for Crazy Bus to actually see this sneaky TC and to idle all of that gold income. But the eco lead and the military situation also definitely warrants for an outpost rush here through MDL style. Getting the raids down here. Full map control, I would say, except for this little area over here. But oh, now comes a lumber camp. Unless that's been there for a while. Which will have Crazy Bus accidentally discover this area over here. 47 villagers killed by Crazy Bus so far this game. Heavy Plow, Bowsaw is in. Full cavalry upgrades are as well. Two-man saw even. As if 45 villagers on wood is not enough and 2,500 wood in the bank. Crazy Bus wants more. I don't know what he's going to use all that wood for, but sell it maybe on the market for gold long term. And that's a nice castle, by the way. It's good. I guess he wants to deny the stone. I'm not sure. Maybe with Bodkin it denies this gold as well. So it's a good castle, but maybe it would be even better on this hill to deny both golds comfortably. No sign of any Imperial Age for Crazy Bus. Funnily enough, Captain Thomas is going Imperial Age here at 71 villagers. And yeah, finally Crazy Bus finds the TC in the middle here and just drops a tower to obstruct resource access. Looks like it's within range of the TC though, so that is... yeah, not going to do too much, that tower. It will be eaten by the TT. So, 8 villagers forward here for Crazy Bus. Completing this castle could now also access Captain Thomas's main gold comfortably here. Still producing villagers at 140 villagers here. Classic Burgundians boom style here to the point of over boom. Also heavy on the stone. Could even go for a unique unit at this point, the Costilier. which would be a fun one to see in a competitive one. We don't see those a lot. Selling wood now. 2-1 saw is in after all. 56 on wood now for Crazy Boss. Crazy Boss. If Crazy Boss had been Persians here, that would have been amazing for trash bow production. Imperial Age is in. Captain Thomas is going to imp with barely any resources whatsoever, though, or military rather, to benefit from that Imperial Age transition. Here comes a forward teaser from Crazy Boss, who just keeps enjoying the forward presence here. The tower has been dealt with by Captain Thomas, but the TC will be dealt with by Crazy Boss here. Maybe, if those are enough Cavaliers, I guess they are. $62 Lumberjacks. And pop cap here for Crazy Boss. 32 Cavaliers and counting. No fletching, let's see. Yeah, it's true, no fletching, that it deals less damage to the cavalry. And yeah, here go the villagers. That's fine. Another castle which denies this gold of Captain Thomas, and that should leave Captain Thomas with no gold access whatsoever, actually. Which is bad news for any civilization. That definitely means a stopper to any Berber's cavalry investment here. The Imperial Age has been in for a while for Captain Thomas, though, so he has access to trebuchets. I don't think Crazy Boss will have any problems diving this trebuchet underneath the castle with some of the cavaliers, though. And Captain Thomas simply can't afford a new one. There's the Imperial Age for Crazy Boss as well. Now 54, 37, 33, 15. How many? 161 builders? Perfect, boom. Classic, good old Black Forest, Age of King styles. Boom here. That's the GG is called. 1-1 is the score. And since there aren't any home maps, we'll be going to Arabia next. Again, need wood for the outpost. Yes, correct. Wood and stone. Outpost rush. I hear that's a big thing in Age of Empires 4 these days. Big eco difference here. So much idling on Captain Thomas's eco. And then early Imperial Age. I'm not sure what the plan with that Imperial Age was, but maybe to push back with Trebs and heavy cannons. I don't know, hand cannoneers for the Burgundians, halbs, pikes. I'm not sure. But that brings us to game number 3. And we can toggle off the peaks here as well. Burgundians, Berbers. Third game will bring us Sicilians versus Huns. Okay, cool. So Captain Thomas with the Huns. He's going straight for the food here, and sometimes you see Huns players going to a straggler tree until you can bring in the herdables, but it doesn't really matter. It's like 5 wood collected or whatever. It compensates a little bit for the lack of wood to begin with Huns. So Huns, horrible siege. They only get mangonel in the mangonel line. They get siege ram though, so that's something. But other than that, they're definitely not the siege sim. They have 20% discount on the cavalry archers, which is why they don't have the last armor for balance reasons, and they get 20% faster working stables. So that speeds up their scouts rush a little bit. Crazy Boss playing the Sicilians again here, seems to enjoy them. They make a huge comeback in the semi-final with the Sicilians yeah, castle drop and cavalry against the Mayans, I think it was. Maybe the opponent got a little bit too overconfident, but yeah, these things happen. Both players dropping their mills. Are we sacrificing the scout now? No, dodging that like a champ. Right there. And looks to me with the food emphasis here for Captain Thomas that he wants to play the scouts again, which he did nicely the previous game. Did get some value out of the scouts for that one. And Crazy Bus will have none of it. Tries to obstruct the luring a little bit here, but takes the first hit and will, as a result, lose the scout, of course. Maybe they're both going scouts here because they seem very hesitant to take the scouts fight. Second lumber camp for Crazy Bus going up here, so they are similar-ish setups here. It's going to be 21 pop for both going to the Feudal Age, and the idle thesis time is very much comparable here, very similar uptimes. As we are approaching the Feudal Ages, and again the scouts don't engage against each other at all. They want to preserve the scouts' numbers for their Feudal Age follow-up, which is the scouts from both of them here. Sicilian scouts don't take as much bonus damage from spearmen, so Sicilians have the stronger scouts rush here, but the Huns have the faster producing ones. Captain Thomas also tasking 3 villagers to complete them, compensating a little bit for the 3 seconds slower Feudal Age timing there, and will be... as we can... Oh, wait, Crazy Bus didn't start producing yet. He's having food issues. Big food issues. Or doesn't want to produce. What do I know? Interesting. I was going to compare the scouts production here, but Crazy Bus seems to have abandoned the idea of scouts, or never meant to at all. Just going to play defensively with spearmen here, wall off the base, and get to that Sicilian's castle age. It was both. Was lacking food, then you decided you didn't want them anymore. That makes sense. It's if you're struggling to get the first few out and you're up against Huns that produce faster, maybe it makes more sense to go for defense instead, spearman defense, and just try to, yeah, wall off the base as it is being done here. The gold is an amazing spot here that's not going to be obstructed easily. And just aim for a faster... Hope that the opponent invests more into the scouts and just aim for the faster Castle Age and the Castle Age units as a result. 4 scouts for Captain Thomas, no more than that. Did not enter either with the spearmen protecting the entrance here. So the scouts won't accomplish anything here. Good call of Captain Thomas to stop producing and just resort to scouting the map instead and stabilizing at home. Already going to gold actually. And also preparing that Castle Age transition. It's quite similar here, except Crazy Bus isn't collecting gold just yet. Spearman at the ready, villager to repair the palisades here, which costs a few pieces of wood to just complete, and yep, no harm done by the scouts. Just another game with no eco kills in the early game, but this time it's the walls assisting in that. So, what to do with the scouts when you can't really get in? Just pound them away at walls and at least be annoying and force a reaction. Idle these times comparable here, but it is the faster cast age for Captain Thomas here, as Crazy Bus did invest into some spears and also prioritizes wheelbarrow before cast age here, which is going to give a healthier farm economy. With horse collar in, that also means more food on the farms for the Sicilians, as you can see to compare here that there should be more farm on the Sicilians, more food on the Sicilians farms. Total. Yes, the spears will do their thing here now. Gates staying open. Could actually run one scout inside and just be very annoying while on the way to the gas stage here. Same population of here, it looks like, but Crazy Bus with wheelbarrow, that's equivalent to 3 builders research time. So that's the difference with the later cast stage here. Third stable going up for Crazy Bus. 9 on gold, which is barely enough for, well, it's like enough for 1.5 stable here. While Captain Thomas has the 2 ranges up, wants to play the cavalry archers here. But I guess it makes sense against Sicilians, because Sicilians, if you play knights against them, they'll just make knights of their own. Cavalry archers, that's where Huns have the better unit though. It's mobility, good potential for raids. You just can't hit the goal though, and you won't be breaking through the walls easily with cav archers. That could be a concern here for Captain Thomas. Oh, the double ranges. Second TC as well. That's not necessarily something you see from the Huns. With the Cav Archer play, you'd more often see triple ranges to mass up the units with the discount and everything. And then you'll hesitate to add economy because Cav Archers and their upgrades actually rather costly to get to. But Bloodlines is in though, Bodkin Arrow is in, and it's a healthy number of 7 Cav Archers here for Captain Thomas. But when they are not really able to do a lot of damage, they did hit one Bloodline here, could technically hit the others as well. But they didn't really get any kills, and that's where Crazy Bus will be able to keep that economy running and mass up knights to try and get some counter raids in. Won't be getting in just yet, but could also target the buildings. Third range going up here. Captain Thomas, admittedly, even with that second TC, is able to keep double cavalry archer production going from the ranges. Here comes the university for ballistics as well. Seems like a solid plan with the Huns here. As you can see, Crazy Bus has the +2 defense in for the knights. That's crucial when up against ranged units like the cavalry archers. Look how quickly the Sicilian TC is complete. It was building just a moment ago and now it's up. On the wood line, another point of defense against the cavalry archers. Eventually, Crazy Bus will need to venture out to get the TC here on the gold and here, but these TCs aren't going to get denied if you send enough villagers, because Sicilians construct the town centers 100% faster. So usually you'd be able to stop TCs and deny them with your units on the field. But for the Sicilians, it's almost impossible to deny. On a TC on stone for Crazy Bus here, will that be allowed to go up? Unless he's able to lure the Cavarches away, this TC is not going to be built just yet, I think. Okay, yeah, he's committing. No, he's not committing. Oh, it's like a game of cat and mouse here. Should I build it? Should I not? Captain Thomas is back on the wood line. He's also defending decently at home here. Doesn't have any notable armies at home, so if Crazy Bus gets in here, Crazy Bus could get some great raids in here. Will it be true? He is in! Oy. So that changes things a bit. Captain Thomas, only 2 villagers ahead here, and as these knights run into raid, Captain Thomas will need to pull the Cavalries back. Now comes the TC on the stone here, and Captain Thomas doesn't dare to try to deny that, needs to get home to clean up these knights and make sure the Crazy Bus doesn't do irreparable damage at the home base of his here. Yeah, lots of idle eco here. Worker efficiency down to 36 here for Captain Thomas. Actually, it did actually keep the Cavalries over here, but yeah, as we know, the past building time of TCs and Castle for Sicilians, you just don't. You don't deny them. And these Cavalries apparently think they are knights. They are going to try and take out this TC. That is only going to cost Cavalry lives, I'm afraid. Full upgrades for the Cavalry: ballistics, bloodlines, bodkin, full armor. And triple Rangers consistently producing here, so good RB production from Captain Thomas here, keeping that rolling, while Crazy Bus has did halt Knight production for a moment here, but now back on track. May need to consider Scorpion defense here, Siege defense here, and that's what Crazy Bus is currently doing. Yeah, don't just hate it when the Cavalry numbers are reaching critical mass like this. 33, 34 Cavalry, they run around and just be maximum annoying, and your knights can't do anything about it because the Cavalry are faster. I guess they're not fully upgraded. I think they might actually be missing husbandry here, but oh, we can check that. No, husbandry is in. Never mind. Husbandry is in for both players. Very good army production here from the red player, and feel like it could just try to break the palisade here. That's the weakest point to enter, and then enter with the Cavalries and try to get some juicy raids in on the economy here. But of course, Captain Thomas wants to preserve numbers, wants to get to the Imperial Age, get to heavy Cavalry, get party and tactics and all that jazz. And in the meantime, just running around, preserving the numbers, trying to be as annoying as humanly possible. Oh, so close to letting Captain Thomas in here. Is he actually going to commit here? With this mass of Cavalry, you could definitely focus down a couple of Scorpions, so that is an option. But the counter raids are here again, so Crazy Bus knows what to do. He wants to keep Captain Thomas occupied here. That's the and maybe lure some of the Cavalry back. No, not all of them. Please don't. Focus the villager. Don't let her repair. Repair speed in this game is the most silly thing of all, but yeah, she's down. It's good. Eco situation ahead for Crazy Bus. 3 TCs, now a castle going up as well. There's no denying that. Look at the numbers of villagers. Look how quickly this builds. Look at that speed. Yeah, that's gonna complete for sure. Nice having dealt with at home base. Captain Thomas at 69 to 87 villagers here will be breaking through now. He will be getting through this house. So Crazy Bus now left with the main gold compromised. So good thinking ahead here with Crazy Bus to get that castle up and cover another gold now. Could pull the villagers away before Captain Thomas runs in. This should be quite a few villagers dead for Crazy Bus though, unless he's able to contain this aggression somehow. splitting up the Cav groups here. That's something you see often as well to get maximum value. They are collecting. KD are actually increasing for Crazy Bus here, because since all of the armies of Captain Thomas are in his base, why not just go for the counter raid and try to keep that eco lead through raids if you're losing builders at home. There's also 3 TCs to 3 TCs. They are both producing villagers somewhat consistently here. 2 villagers for Captain Thomas though in the queue, 3 for Crazy Bus. Just a moment to go. So what's the Coward count? It's actually decreasing now. Low production for Captain Thomas currently. He has dealt with the raid, so he's stabilized yet again here. Queuing Guilders out of 3 TCs now. Cav Archers are raiding like crazy, but knowing Sicilians, this castle will be going up, most likely. It's like 26 builders. It's ridiculous. It's going to cost some builders' lives, but Crazy Bus has the builders to spare. The castle goes up. Cav Archers will be going down now for sure as a result of this castle completing, and Captain Thomas needs to get the hell out of here. Yeah, so good castles in strategic spots here now. Crazy Bus only 2 military has to rely on castle for defense here, but it's only 1 TC away from being able to benefit from the full 35 army that First Crusade brings as well. So that's a trick that Crazy Bus could use from Apis sleeve here. Unit KD, Eco KD pretty similar, but Captain Thomas ahead in the overall KD department here. Also TC number 4 for Captain Thomas, responding to what Crazy Bus is doing here, and Captain Thomas hasn't really been investing nearly as much into stone and castles, so eco-wise, Captain Thomas should be in a healthier spot here. Here comes the 5th TC. Are we going to see First Crusade this game? That's the question. TC on stone indicates more castles. Castle here, maybe? Wait, is this... That's 4 tile gold. This is Captain Thomas' 3rd gold. It's almost as close to Crazy Bus as it is to his own base. This is basically a neutral gold. So not really the best gold situation for the Huns here. In exchange, he's got a neutral gold in the back of the base, though, to the side of the base. But that's not scouted. So there's not going to be any benefiting from that. Well, Cabbages on stand ground here, a castle now up in the middle for Captain Thomas, committing enough villagers for that to go up, I think, and then yeah, securing that crucial gold. I guess the main goal, there's still main gold left for Captain Thomas actually, but he's again losing villagers to raids from Crazy Bus here, making some knights of his own and getting the upgrades as well. Could be thinking about the Hussar raids for the late game here. When or if they make it to the Imperial Age, that is. So yeah, full on Castle Age here, 41 minutes in, no sign of any Imperial Age for either player. They have to make armies, they have to make defensive structures. And that is a ballsy forward castle for Crazy Bus, but again, being the Sicilians with that faster construction speed, it's almost undeniable. I don't know why they're pathing this way though. Razorbass is really getting value from these knights here. However, Captain Thomas is going to the Imperial Age, so castles are less of a threat when you have access to trebuchets and even siege trams in the Imperial Age. 36 on food, not by any means full wall at home base here for Captain Thomas though. But I think he wants to get to the Hussars now to act as a meat shield in front of the Cav Archers and just raid Crazy Bus into oblivion. Easier said than done to raid a Sicilian player with the castles everywhere though. When they get to that, it's 20 on stone for Crazy Bus. That forward castle is essentially stealing Captain Thomas's main stone, so definitely more castles in the planning here for Crazy Bus to deny Captain Thomas of the important resources like gold. So this is eco versus military at this point. It's 121 villagers and 9 military for Crazy Bus, but it's the same population total for Captain Thomas, but he has more military and raid potentially the Cav Archers here. Maybe Imperial Age will be the deciding factor here. Of course, Captain Thomas will need a castle of his own to start contesting these castles, but Imperial Age makes that a hell of a lot easier, of course. Yeah, here comes the castle comfortably inside home base. Once this is up, I'm sure Captain Thomas will be queuing a trebuchet or two at his earliest convenience. Crazy Bus is close to the Imperial Age click as well, though. 69 builders on food, 13 gold. And yeah, does he have a market actually? Yeah, definitely has the market. Could sell food for gold and just go imp sooner rather than later here, now that Captain Thomas is up. But Crazy Bus will have none of that. Crazy Bus is just hoarding that food and thinking about, I don't know what, that's a lot of food in the bank. Could be light cav raids here, but I'm not sure what that's going to accomplish. Still investing into knights out of multiple stables here. And managed to find one of these precious neutral golds as well. Trebuchets from both sides here for Captain Thomas. That makes the Sicilian castles a whole lot less threatening overall. 2 trebs here, 1 treb over here. At least we'll soon be able to afford another, but now Cavalier is on the menu here for Captain Thomas. So Crazy Bus selling that food finally, and going to the Imperial Age here, but the military numbers, that is a huge concern here, especially if the castles get lost before Crazy Bus can get to that Imperial Age. That is a huge concern now that Captain Thomas has the military domination and will be taking down the strongest Castle Age defenses there is, the castles. Could actually just move straight forward with these trebs now and take down this castle and start raiding, because there are trebs at home to deal with this one already. But Crazy Bus wants more castles up here. Found the neutral stone, getting the castle up on the hill, and will need a means to deal with the Cav Archers, of course, as soon as the castles go down. There's not an infinite amount of stone to repair either. Captain Thomas, through army domination here with the Cavaliers and Cavalry Archers and whatnot here. I have to say, it's not looking too pretty for the Sicilians at this point, but Crazy Bus still has a marginal villager lead, has a healthier or has more resources going into the Imperial Age here, should still be able to do something, and you know, you could still, as long as the castles are standing, you could still go for First Crusade and get that instant 35 military to shake things up a bit as well. And hello Alcolner with the Alcolner, Akkal and Dennis emotes in the chat. So what's Crazy Bus's response to the Cavaliers here? He's getting Hauberg is getting Cavalier of his own. He has 26 Cavaliers to the 31 of Captain Thomas. Will it be enough? It's a steady flow of Cavalier here now for Captain Thomas. 44 on food, 16 on gold. Maybe a bit on low to sustain these Cavalier numbers. But then again, there's still a healthy Cav Archer mass going here for Captain Thomas. As the castles go down, Crazy Bus will be left with no defenses against raids, except for the PCs, but they will melt even more quickly to the tribes here. And yeah, there's just red all over the map here now. The map is painted red with Captain Thomas's units here, and it's really applying the pressure here now in the Imperial Age. Maybe the Huns are stronger at this point in the game. It almost looks like that, but it's also all depends on how it plays up until this point. Cav Archer is always annoying to be up against. Actually getting to a point where there aren't really a lot of neutral resources like gold and stone to be taken either. Crazy Bus still able to get some castles up. Cavalier mass increasing. Captain Thomas still has gold access though, so could still afford to lose units. Maybe we'll even see Hussars. I believe that's 600 gold, 300 food. Let's see the Hauberg Cavalier against the generic Cavalier here. Amazing fight for Crazy Bus here. He's going to clean this. He's going to mop the floor with Captain Thomas's armies here. That's the real bad one for Captain Thomas here. Is losing units rapidly. He's been borderline over booming as well here now with 143 villagers to Crazy Bus's 72. But yeah, Crazy Bus, if he loses his Cavalier mass somehow, he is in a huge pickle here. But yeah, the Cav Archers have been dealt with. The Light Cav and Cavalier are the units for Captain Thomas now, but if you have a look at the upgrades here, it's forging only for Captain Thomas, and that made that fight even all that much worse. This might actually be Crazy Bus's game here. It looked bad a moment ago, but it was able to get to Hauberg, to get to Cavalier, to get to all these upgrades. Look at the defense, look at that beastly melee and Pierce defense here. It's just disgusting. Still one castle left, barely, for Crazy Bus here. Is left at 59 HP. But here come the counter raids, and what does Captain Thomas do about that? There's a panic pikeman switch here. That's just not going to be enough against these beefy cavaliers here. Arguably the beefiest cavalier in the game, the Sicilians with Hauberg, the unique technology. Yeah, good raids here, so that villager lead of Captain Thomas, that's slowly diminishing. Thanks for a follow, Isa, 15RJ. I appreciate that. Amazing how one decision, maybe long term, maybe short term, can shake games up like this. Crazy Bus now has the military domination, I have to say, because Captain Thomas is going into halberdiers. It's just not gonna work unless you get thousands of them or hundreds of them with the Huns here, because Sicilians, they take less bonus damage from halberdiers, and with the Cavaliers with Hauberg for Crazy Bus, there's even more defense that negates some of that bonus damage from the halberdiers as well, or damage in general. Really didn't see this coming, but I think Crazy Bus is going to close this out with the Sicilians, maybe. He's re-establishing some gold control here, so once he gets that TC up, which will go up at light speed with the Sicilians, he's back with gold, back with Cavalier production, and he's replenishing villagers as well. They're both doing so, but Captain Thomas is behind here. Look at the Eco KD, 166 to 135. These guys, they don't lose villagers early, but they sure as heck do in the late game. So let's see how long these Cavaliers last against the Halberdiers. 2, 3. That's okay. They do get killed, but that's with some help from the castle fire. If the castle wasn't here, I think 2 more Halberdiers would have died there. So they trade pretty darn decently. Captain Thomas, one trebuchet out. This castle, not even repaired. Crazy Bus claim saved. That's 59 HP over here. I feel like raids, insistent raids, is what will win this game to preserve some gold. They didn't collect any relics. They probably didn't expect this game to last this long. But eco-wise, Crazy Buzz is up ahead there now and he still has the gold access. So unless this game goes to a point where there's no gold left, I think Crazy Buzz has got this one. Captain Thomas, 80 villagers now. Dwindling in the military is not even taking this neutral gold. It should be visible on the minimap. And as for moving past 1 hour, it looks like the middle castle of Captain Thomas will be focused on. So the Treb's back on the menu for Crazy Bus. He will dive the Treb underneath the castle here, no problem. And since no murder holes is in, the Cavaliers can fight underneath the castle safely as well. I mean, you obviously don't want to waste Cavaliers carelessly against the Huns here. But get a decent chunk of Cavaliers back out, maybe mix in some light cav and that Halberdier switch shouldn't make too much of a difference. This tribe needs to get the heck out of here though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a lot of wood and gold going down if Captain Thomas keeps chasing, but... Alright, now a TC on the neutral gold for Captain Thomas. One that Crazy Bus knows about. So that could, of course, be raided with the mobility of the Sicilians yet again here. How's the gold pile doing over here? Draining out here. Looks like a trash switch is on the way for Crazy Bus as well. We'll be looking at halberdiers here most likely. It's not like he can afford any militia line switch. Yeah, so trash late game fighting here. They're but quite similar military numbers here. Gold is running out, but Captain Thomas is back at it here, but that's about to be raided by Crazy Bus. Good strategical call to deprive Captain Thomas of gold while you can. The Halbs are off position, they are in the middle now. Castle was lost a moment ago, but there's still one defensive castle remaining at home base for Captain Thomas as well, keeping the home base economy safe. Now a mix of Halb and light cab from Captain Thomas. I thought Captain Thomas had gotten Hussar for some reason, but it's only light cab from the Huns here. 40 farmers, but numbers diminishing or getting idled here by the counter raids. Now suddenly Captain Thomas is back in the villager lead here, if that matters. The military numbers are comparable. We have to state though that the Sicilians eventually will have better infantry here. The 2 armor upgrades missing for Crazy Bus here. 1 relic for Crazy Bus now, so he's started to collect those. And making monks, that's a very good call now at this point to collect the relics. Of course it would have been beneficial to have them earlier, but if you can somehow snag 4 or 5 relics here, you will be the one with gold access, whereas the other player does not have it as it's running out. Does Captain Thomas even have a monastery? I'm not sure he does. Oh, he's here. Okay, yeah. So, monastery, but no relics for now. So this is developing into a full-on trash war. Neither player is willing to give in, and neither should they. They are fighting at healthy populations, and in terms of economy, it's in favor of Captain Thomas currently. But once the raids hit his base again, that's going to switch up quickly enough. So Both players clearly experienced in the post-Imperial Age play here. They're going for more or less the same combination here as well. Halbs and Light Cav and Cavalier. Could be an edge for the Huns here when or if they're able to get to Hussar at all, because that's one that the Sicilians don't get. Capped ramps, siege ramps, also an option to tear down enemy buildings. This is my favorite part of the game, seeing these pointy boys just pound away at each other in the very late game, because you can't afford gold units to close out the game, and it could drag out into the unimaginable. Some Cavaliers still left alive for Captain Thomas here. They're getting great value, getting some more ability kills in here. The Eco KD is comparable. The overall KD is also comparable. They are at 5 TCs, both of them. However, Crazy Bus has 2 castles, but they're not in the greatest spots, and this one is basically dead. Even Halberdiers could poke this one down. It's only at 59 HP, and there's no stone to repair for Crazy Bus. That said, Captain Thomas still has like 1,000 gold to go here. Could be a game changer, maybe, but you need to keep your economy running, your population looking healthy here for Captain Thomas. Is preserving that gold, is actually getting into the cap ram and getting the final attack upgrade for the Halberdiers. So the Halb siege push here to try and close it out with the Huns here. Siege ram only costs food, so that should be affordable with the current farm economy of Captain Thomas, and he's been preserving that gold now, just been making trash units and banking up the gold to make for a last hurrah with the rams here. Halb siege. And Crazy Bus, does he have a response to that? Honestly, he has only has Halbs of his own. So it could be a very deadly push from the Huns indeed here. Usually champions would be a good response to that, but there's barely any gold. They've both been collecting relics here, but that's a very slow trickle. So it's going to take some while before that matters at this point in the game. So another pointy boy fight in the middle here. Crazy Bus may have exposed the plans of the Pike Siege push here, but it doesn't really have any economy to make the tech switch to react to that with anything else that is currently doing, massing up on the Halberdiers. Actually, no military production whatsoever for Crazy Bus, just making villagers currently. Is getting some raids in here, but the army situation is alarming. Captain Thomas now with 100. He's actually pop-capped against Crazy Bus. He's 100 population ahead, as we can see. The trading wood and food for gold here is not ideal. It's trying to get the new champions here to respond to the Halb siege push that's incoming, but I think that's just... There isn't enough gold to make that switch for Crazy Bus here. It's Longsword maximum beer supplies coming in that reduces the food cost. But... Captain Thomas is still queuing villagers here, and that's actually hurting the push potential. You should consider deleting vital wills or just let some villagers die to the raids here. That's, I mean, the cap traps aren't queuing because of the pop cap situation here, so the high villager population of Captain Thomas isn't doing him any favors currently. First Crusade would have been so much better. Oh, you're right, you're right. Yeah, easy to forget in heat of the moment. You still have the castles, so that's definitely an option. Full upgrades for the infantry even. And it's somehow stabilizing here. I guess that's relic gold and some market trading. What are the market rates? Where's the market? Yeah, stone trading pretty nicely, but that doesn't really matter. Food and wood, decent as well. Captain Thomas with more barracks here is going to yeah, keep making trash while banking up on the relic gold and reserve the actual gold for the cap rams here. But that pop cap situation still an issue. Won't be able to queue siege weapons until the pop cap situation is resolved. Oh, nice! Attacking the monastery. Someone has been watching Andre vs. Ruben stock here. Don't want to let relics decide the outcome of the final stalemate here. The relics now ungarrisoned. So free to pick up for Captain Thomas here. Don't think he has any monks close, but he does make the siege weapon. Even a Treb joining in here, and Hussar is in as well, which is obviously a stronger raiding unit than the light cav. Swinging back into Hunt's player's favor here, fighting at pop cap against Crazy Buzz, struggling to get to that same point in game here. And now twice the military for Captain Thomas here, really doubling up on the production here, even somehow able to get a castle up. May have bought the stone here, but that's going to keep the raids from hurting a lot of these farm economies, so that's a good castle for the late game. A couple of stone walls could maybe limit raids from this angle as well, but Grace Bus is now under heavy duress here at home base, so Hussars flooding in, Cavaliers flooding in, two other swordsmen doing decent here for the Sicilians, of course, but we're not going to see champion quite yet, and there's more siege weapons in the queue here to start taking out buildings efficiently as well. No more red gold until Crazy Bus can recover those, and Captain Thomas with a convincing 3000 score lead as well, which probably doesn't make too much of a difference at this point in the game, but I'll mention it anyway. Look at the Sicilians light cav against halberdiers. They need like 5 or 6 hits to take out one light cav. Hussar raids, left and right, top side, idlings for eco as well. Crazy Bus now 115 pop against Captain Thomas, comfortably at pop cap here. Some solid post in playing here, and there's the GG. Not giving in until the very last moment here. Captain Thomas gets the 2-1. And that's a solid Arabia game right there. Let's we'll look at the timeline here. Eco situation, getting the eco techs at approximately the same time here, right? Uptimes comparable as well, except for Imperial Age, where Crazy Bus could have sold food a little bit earlier and been up earlier, but certainly benefited from that Imperial Age Halberd Cavalier transition eventually. 673 to 667 KD, that's as close as it can get here, and as villager kills again, it's ridiculously high and similar. Lots of raids going both ways here. Similar ecos as well. And Finally, the 8 p.m. charge here. Yeah, it was an eventful one. So much back and forth that is incredible that you are able to endure it and stabilize like that. That's amazing. Crazy Bus down 2-1 here now. Hans taking that win. What are we going to see next here? Not too many sims left here. Aztecs Vikings for Crazy Bus. Khmer Indians for Captain Thomas. So Aztecs Indians, that's a real rough one, I think, for Captain Thomas. Or is it the other way around? No. Needed a break, yeah. Vikings, Khmer. Yeah, I don't know what I'm hoping for here. Let's just dive into the next one. And it is Aztecs Indians. And now let's see what they bring us for this one. Crazy Boat with the Aztecs used to be really one of the top tier Arabia Sims with their +5 resources per trip or per before drop off from the beginning in the feudal age, but no, the beginning of the game for the Aztecs. But that got nerfed quite a few patches back. Now Aztecs only carry +3 resources from the start, from the get-go, and it's still a very good bonus. So Aztecs maybe now A tier on Arabia as opposed to S tier. Classified as an infantry sim, the military buildings work faster, so it's very easy to mass armies, as we've seen a Crazy Bus play Eagles with success in the semi-finals. Captain Thomas with the Indians honestly should struggle against the Aztecs here. I feel like Cav Archers, I mean Camels, they're just... Camels don't make sense in this matchup. I think PTF, hello, welcome. Because yeah, camels are weaker than knights in every aspect against the Aztecs units like the eagles and pikes and whatnot. And I'm not entirely sure how cow archers fare against eagle warriors, but I'm guessing with the piece armor of the eagles, they would still trade decently. So. But it's probably Cav Archers being the Indians' best bet here. Get a massive Cav Archers. That might be in Captain Thomas's mind as well. So for the sake of getting through this final today, after the long and exhausting previous game for the players, we'll fast forward it a little bit. And we'll see what the players bring for the next one. You see Captain Thomas walling in towards the TC here a bit, maybe expecting an Aztecs rush opening, which is indeed the case here. Aztecs start with +50 gold, so they don't need to take that 10 gold to afford 3 militia. It's just to get that barracks up and start queuing. And here comes the mill as well. Militia now in the queue. Crazy Bus will be moving out and already scouting nice and early the enemy location. Well, Captain Thomas doesn't quite know just yet, but obviously expects it with the small walling going on here. And he also wants spot the military moving here. No loom yet for the Indians. Could be devastating against the pre-milled rush of the Aztecs here. And that extra 50 gold also allows for loom still, and still you could queue 2 more militia if you feel like it with the Aztecs here. So the rush is in effect. Do we have loom yet? Yes, we do indeed have loom, but there's the hill advantage for Crazy Bus here. Maybe this will be the game where Crazy Bus actually gets a villager kill in the early game. Yeah, he gets a surround there. Nope. Captain Thomas is amazing at defending against these early rushes. Spectacular defense here. In these games so far, never losing builders to the early rushes, fighting down the rush. Yes, you'll idle your economy for a bit, but obviously that's worth it if you can keep the early aggression away, that annoyance. Feudal Age in for the Indians. Here comes the range, unsurprisingly so. You want that to clean up the Drush and the eventual follow-up for Crazy Bus, which looks to be like a, sort of an Archer's style, Drush Archer's approach here. Also small walling here to keep Captain Thomas from entering with whatever counter aggression here, or maybe just to keep the scout away for all I know. While not getting any kills or anything here, this Drush is still getting value. You can see resources constantly being idled here, and Captain Thomas has to react. He's off berries. He's resorted to farms around TC now to save the berries for later until the aggression has been cleaned up here. Hill advantage now for the militia of Crazy Bus. That has to be a kill. Dark Age villager kill. And another one for Crazy Bus. A great early Drush aggression here. He's going to block that with the Eagle, and that should be a kill on this villager. Yep, two down. 25-22. Crazy Bus is hungry for the revenge here now. Wants to get that 2-2 and even it out for a decider and 5th game here for this this final set. Now off to the gold. Good call when you know there are archers out. Oh, never mind. Too close to the TC perhaps. Oh, found a weak villager. That's a good spot of Crazy Bus, and that should be another villager going down potentially. Nah, the archers will clean this up. The blacksmith is up, but the range is not for Captain Thomas. Or the other way around, possibly. The range is up, but the blacksmith is not. English as second language here, people. Tends to mess up the mind a little bit sometimes. Lugil in the chat. Welcome, welcome. There may or may not be an arena 1v1 event coming up on my channel again in not too long. We're just working out the details, no dates yet. This time with the prize pool, not like the Arena Express, so stay tuned. Crazy Bus on the defensive here now with the Aztecs. He's getting that eco running. Good, solid villagers lead here now with lower idle TC time. Captain Thomas got wheelbarrow actually. Probably to evade idle TC time and also make the farms work more efficiently. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of playing Arena myself, but it can be fun to cast because people are so pretty darn creative. And the map is a... and script by Krasini, it's going to generate different generations. So sometimes you're close to the opponent, sometimes you're far away in terms of walling. Sometimes it's like only 8 tiles between you, right? And sometimes the deer will spawn outside, but for both players, mind you, it's going to be balanced in that regard, or the sheep. And sometimes you'll have big back booming space, sometimes you won't, so you have to adapt. But at the base generation, it's going to be fair, because it's going to be the same for the both. If you have big backspace or no backspace, or forward resources or back resources, or yeah, you know, you get the idea. It's more random than the current DA arena, so you'll have to be more creative. Arena with a bird as a scout, yeah. Yeah, I like that idea as well. Maybe next time. That won't really cater to the arena clones though. They like their hidden strats and unpredictability. Aztec skirms. Aztecs actually get a unique technology for the skirmishers. Atlatl skirmisher. I haven't seen it teched ever, I think, in my cast, or very few times, but it boosts their stats. So yeah, could be useful to mass Aztec skirmishers, of course. Gold very exposed here for Captain Thomas. It's not the best walling with that regard. Even the skirmishers could deny all of this gold. So a bit unfortunate walling here when ranged units are on the field. Crazy Bus going cast late here. Are we going to see some barracks? We are indeed. Of course, it's going to be the Eagles again. Good unit, the Eagles. Only requiring gold and food to be massed, and we'll start claiming full map control with the mobility, or if you are able to enter the enemy base, then you'll be able to deny them of all resources and just raid them into oblivion. Yeah, gold gets denied, but with the cast late in for Captain Thomas as well, a TC goes down on the TC to the south, the gold to the south. Crazy Bus has scouted all 3 golds though, so he knows where to hit if he sees that this gold is abandoned. Camels! For the Indians, camels against Aztecs. Oh boy. Oh boy. But I guess if you get full upgrades and you mass enough of the camels, that's going to be decent against the first wave of eagles. However, Captain Thomas has no idea about the eagles as of yet. Yeah, going in blind with the camels here, it feels a little bit... I'm looking forward to seeing this Eagles versus Camels here, how they will actually fare. +1/+1 against only +1 defense for the Eagles. But Aztec's production speed, it's just so much easier to mass the Eagles as well and get to a point where you can trade efficiently against the Camels here. Camels not the best raiding unit. For the Indians, they're slightly better because with your extra pierce armor, you can camp DCs a little bit more efficiently than you can with generic camels. Indian camels bonus attack against buildings as well. I thought so at least. Yeah, 4 bonus damage against buildings. So they should be able to break through here, but guess what's waiting on the other side? +2 defense on the way in for the Eagles, and we have 10 Eagles against 5 Camels. HP comparable, but Eagles might get this round, and there are more Eagles joining in as well, of course. And currently Captain Thomas is just... doesn't have vision on the Eagle switch here. But even if Crazy Bus was massing crossbows, it would be the same thing. The Camels would struggle even more against that, so... a rough matchup for the Indians. And this is one of the most annoying things here, just keeping one skirmish on the gold here to keep gold access from being accessible for Captain Thomas here. To double check something. Okay, Eagle numbers now. So the Eagle Warriors at 28 in numbers here, massively outnumbering Captain Thomas. Captain Thomas making the good call here now, switching into the Swordsman line, but this reaction, it's going to take a while to get the Swordsman needed. I guess if you have a 2/3 ratio of Swordsmen to Eagles, you'll be fine. But you'll need lots of barracks to produce. 3 barracks currently for Captain Thomas, and the Aztecs barracks, they work faster. You see 5 barracks producing the Eagles now, so if you really want to, you could even take fights with the Eagles against the Swordsmen at this point there. The Eagles even have better upgrades at this point. Now, Crazy Bus moving out here. Didn't see, does he have Arson? And these things, Arson is in. First Feudalation attack is in as well, Iron Castle coming in here. They are about to become fully upgraded Eagles, and since Arson is in, they will melt through houses or palisades or whatnot here. 9 long swords from Captain Thomas, not nearly enough here. Food, gold, eco. It's set up for camels, so that makes that switch into swordsman at least a little bit easier. But will he be able to keep this aggression out here? Just a couple of ranged units here, like scorpions or archers, or a tower for Crazy Bus, and Crazy Bus breaks through here. I think it's only a matter of time. Just look at the eagle fold. 47 eagles and counting. Yep, the Eagles are in. I think they found a hole or an opening, made an opening over here. Captain Thomas is matched in builders to Crazy Bus. They are both on 2 TCs, but that is going to change immediately with these raids for Crazy Bus. Look at the numbers, 52 to 20 here. Long swords, proper call. Maybe mix in some scorpions or something, but it's just already, it feels like it's already too much here. You could just camp underneath the TCs here, take out villagers, and this is not going to post-imp like the previous game. I'm calling it right here. This is just too many units on the field for Crazy Bus, and too few units to react to Captain Thomas here. Home base economy completely safe as well. We have the walls up for Crazy Bus here. Longswords, of course, trading nicely. 17 longswords to 26 eagles now, so maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe Crazy Bus will need a complementary unit here, but the eco has been crippled massively by Captain Thomas. Regardless, it's 34 in the efficiency department here, and 20 villagers killed by Crazy Bus, and he could just muster another chunk of eagles here, and maybe even mix in his own champions, because Aztecs champions, they are no joke. If you get to get a castle up and get to Garland Wars, you'll have the best champions in the game, accompanied by very solid eagles as well, with that +5 attack that Garland Wars gives. But I think it's time to think about adding your own swordsman if you're Crazy Bus here, or adding crossbows, something to deal with the long swords. They have such, what's the bonus attack again? Let's have a look here. They have 6 bonus attack against Eagle Warriors. But it's also a massive annoyance to be dealt with these eagle raids. You'll be idle again and again and again, and as you can see from the food eco of Captain Thomas here, due to the idleness, there's no more food in the bank to queue villagers, so the TCs will be going idle, and your barracks will be going idle because you don't have food to keep producing from them either. Also, they obviously won't be keeping up, because the eagles move much faster than longswords, so you could always dodge the fights when you have the eagles. 40 villagers killed by Crazy Bus here, 84 to 35! And that TC even got denied. Yeah, Captain Thomas is not in a good spot here, has been raided big time, and behind this, Crazy Bus has barely lost a single villager. It's like 3 villagers to 40 in the Eco KD here. Eagle numbers yet again increasing. And since Captain Thomas doesn't really have the food and gold eco to keep queuing longswords, that's a big warning sign for Captain Thomas here. Eagles diving in again. I guess could just patrol in here and get a questionable but decent trade for the Eagles to just diminish these longsword numbers. But here comes the forward castle on the main gold. It will also Provide cover fire, place to heal up the eagles, and so you can enter and keep raiding. Longswords can't chase you underneath castle fire, so this castle... Not really seeing Captain Thomas denying this easily. And if you have a look at the food and gold economy as well, once the castle is up, you have the 2 buildings needed. Castle costs 2 buildings, so you'll be able to go Imperial Age as well if the eco allows. Better safe than sorry for Crazy Bus here. You might need the houses as well. Preemptive small walls just to make sure the castle goes up. And the eagles just keep dodging the longswords here. That's why knights are sometimes better, or usually better, against the castle eagles. If you have the knights, at least you have the speed to catch up, because knights are faster than eagles. Longswords, not so much. Classic Crazy Bus move here again. Forward castle, claiming the forward resources of the opponent, and now the Jaguar Warriors. So with the castle app, you don't need to take into your own longswordsmen. You can just queue the Jaguar Warriors. They train rather quickly as well. And they are an amazing unit against longswords. Bonus damage against infantry. So that's 22 damage per infantry sound. Best sound in the game. Yeah. Jaguars and Solotl Warriors, they make that crunk. Crunk, crunk, crunk. Yes, now what does Captain Thomas do? Captain Thomas needs a ranged unit now, because the Eagle Warrior numbers, they'll just increase here. 10 bonus damage, basically means 22 damage total. Here comes another forward castle from Crazy Bus as well. This is the get out of my game castle if I haven't seen any, but won't these longswords actually just deal with that? Maybe not. Nah, it's going up. This castle goes up. And 40-something longswords turn into 27 just like that. A Jaguar Warriors, one at a time in the queue here, but look at the queue. Jaguars and Eagles. Full on infantry play here. Love to see the infantry units getting some love here. And the unique unit. You don't see the Jaguar Warriors a lot either. It's more of a situational unit, but now there are 2 castles here to pump them out. The eco is still untouched for Crazy Bus, only lost 3 villagers this game, and they were probably forward builders, but Captain Thomas is a fighter. He stays on there, he extends his economy, he is claiming the neutral resources as he can, he's not giving in lightly. There's just not many places to flee here. There's these gold, again a very forward gold for Captain Thomas over here. $76 million to 27 eco need for Crazy Bus as well. This game probably won't be seeing Imp, but maybe Captain Thomas will just... no, actually he's missing the buildings, so I'm fine, but could have been going Imp into GG here if desirable. Jaguar Warriors raiding. They are fighting the longswords here, and I want to see a hit. I want to see how much damage they actually do here. At least the longswords are in mass here, so they deal with small groups, no problem. But Crazy Bus keeps the aggression up here, denies any expansion for Captain Thomas, and forces Captain Thomas into the very corner of the map here with little to no places on the map to move on to here. Blacksmith going down, TC is going down. Where's the MTC? Is that this one? I guess Captain Thomas makes it to Imp here, but Crazy Bus is also going up and is actually beating Captain Thomas to it. Scrambling up a panic defensive castle here of the Eagles. I think the Eagles could dive in and deny this, and that would be worthwhile, even if it means losing units. But there's not really any reason to do so now. The Imperial Age is on the way, and Crazy Bus has 1.5 minutes to go. We'll be able to queue Trebs out of these 2 castles, and then this Indian castle will be very short-lived, because Captain Thomas is 40 seconds behind here anyway, and yeah. And the Eagles are just making life very difficult for the Indians here. Another TC on the gold here right next to the castle. So that's a good castle in that regard. It protects golds and stones and the woodlands over here, but still stuck in the little corner of the map here, unfortunately, for Captain Thomas. And maybe with that Imperial Age kicking in, could be a sign of GG. We're actually pop capped before entering the Imperial Age here for Crazy Bus. That's crazy. Crazy Bus indeed. 3k score lead almost, and should be queuing the Trebs maybe. Conscription first, okay, to boost the military numbers production. Elite Eagle Warrior coming in. Plate mail armor. Are we going to see Garland Wars here as well? Maybe we will. Monks now to gather the relics. Aztecs get plus 33% gold per the relics as well, so you want to secure those for sure. Both players would have benefited a lot by collecting relics earlier in the previous game as well. But here's the Imperial Age in Captain Thomas. 78 villagers, no military. No military whatsoever. Yeah, that's the tribes, that's what I was talking about. Tribes are out, Captain Thomas. Way behind the economy, probably looks at the score and realizes, okay, let's bring this to the last game. We're going to have a decider, 5th game here for the 1600 max final. Wow. Solid stuff. Have a look at the stats here. I'm going to toggle the, yeah, show the draft again as well, and just to show the overview. But we are left with Vikings versus Khmer for the last game. So mobility versus economy in that regard. Not that Khmer have a bad economy, but they have definitely have better mobility than the Vikings. So we're in for a decider game here. Vikings Khmer it is for the last game. Very close spawn here. Could benefit the Vikings because Vikings have less mobility than Khmer, as mentioned. You'll have to excuse me. I'll have to make a quick bathroom break, but I'll just leave the game and stats running in the meantime. Be right back. Alright, here we go, and I might be missing out on some action here. Sorry about that. So, Gracie was scouting the enemy location. Happy to learn that Captain Thomas is close, I'm sure. No loom is in, so technically you could try to snipe a villager here with the hill advantage, but better just to keep that going. Hey! Thanks for the sub, Crazy Bus. Much appreciated. Is this a bribe to give you the win no matter what? Yeah, you're welcome for the casts. That's just my pleasure. Glad to have people. Wouldn't be casts without people signing up and playing, so I appreciate that. Certainly do. Yeah, so speaking of what the Sims, I see Captain Thomas going up here is obviously going to go up at. He was planning to go up at 20 pop here, I think, but now he keeps queuing builders. He's actually walling off. This could be a cheeky straight fast castle attempt as well, but I don't think the gold placements, the map layout is good enough for that, even if you can hide in houses as the Khmer. But yeah, securing half the part of the base here. The bear is nice and safe in the back here. Crazy Bus going for the men-at-arms by the looks of it with the Vikings here. The 2 on gold now just before clicking to the feudal age, and it's going to be 23 pop men-at-arms here. Something Captain Thomas is now diving into. Confirm, sees the barracks, doesn't see a flag. We'll have to be a little bit on the lookout just in case there's a rush coming, but yeah, I'll just stay close to the barracks and get an idea of what's coming his way here. First, Angry Housewife, as it's called on my channel, aka Militia, of course. And yeah, moving out here. Which is bad news for Captain Thomas. Starting scout here, taking some hits there. Is Crazy Bus going to go straight for the gold, maybe? He has it scouted, he hasn't seen a mining camp. But it's also the more exposed resource here. You can't really pass through here. The feudal age still 15 seconds away, so there's a limit to how much you can accomplish here. Good walls by Captain Thomas here to keep the infantry units from engaging. I guess in theory you could still reach the berries in the back here, but yeah, better just to hit the exposed resources as you can and just stay annoying. 20 seconds to go. Vikings, they have extra hit points on their infantry, as you know as well. 20 plus 20% hit points on infantry for the Vikings. Not as easy for Captain Thomas to fight them away with villagers this time, especially not with men-at-arms kicking in. So both with partial walls going up here. It's backside for or right-hand side for Crazy Bus as well. This looks like an opening, but it is not. Here's the range follow-up. 3 on gold now to comfortably keep single archer range producing. Yeah, 196 gold. So it was a cheeky fast castle attempt here. 4 gold away from the castle age for Captain Thomas. Still got those square farms pumping out food like there's no tomorrow though, and is getting gold somewhere. Yeah, it's here probably. Oh, I did it in the same bits as well, I see. Yeah, definitely one of Khmer's strong points to benefit from the fact that you don't need buildings to go up. There's not even an indicator here, you just don't need them. So, Castle Age on the way, but that could be severely punished by Crazy Bus here with the men-at-arms and now the archers follow up to come. Did he scout the back gold? He did indeed. So good scouting here. Has all 3 golds sorted. Yeah, I know. I've seen that play quite a few times in team games actually. Crazy Bus, the Khmer 23 plus 0 FC. I've seen it 3v3 from pocket as well. Admittedly on lower elo, but it catches people off guard because you don't expect it, and you usually don't hit the pocket that early either. You just double up on the flanks. So if you suddenly get knights in your face at minute 13 or something, then they're gonna struggle to deal with that. Especially if they're busy doubling up on one flank and don't have archers or other infantry to defend. No barracks is expect. Yeah, true. That's just playing into the Khmer strengths. Wait for a second, TC? Are you kidding me? Straight FC boom-ish against Vikings on Arabia. This is... I mean, it's definitely going to keep the Feudal Age archers out, so it's not a bad call at all. It's going to cover the main gold and wood here. But what if you don't get the TC up? Yeah, no gold access. But then... yeah. So securing woods and golds, yeah, I guess it makes sense. Not really any economy to talk about here. Captain Thomas is able to get one knight out. But I think the men-at-arms in the mix here and the archers, that the knight can't really deal with that. No build losses again. Yeah. Captain Thomas just doesn't lose builders early, that's just the way it works. One builder the previous game against the Drush, but that was, yeah. That's 4 out of 5 games now where Captain Thomas is subject to very good early pressure from Crazy Bus and still doesn't lose builders. That's truly impressive. At any elo it is to not lose builders early on, but... yeah. With the Khmer, of course, you can cheat a little bit by hopping into houses. Maybe this woman will do exactly that, just to make sure she doesn't die, no? I also like Crazy Bus's reaction here by not investing massively into Feudal Age here, but enough to keep Captain Thomas on their tiptoes. And then just aiming for that castle age that so as not to fall too far behind in the progression. You could also go full fuel. You could go 2 or 3 ranges at Vikings here and just try to keep Captain Thomas from accessing gold, from accessing wood. But since he got this TT up, it's better to get to the castle age and start contesting that with siege, as we're seeing here. From Captain Thomas, mind you, but... could have easily been the other way around, that too. Okay, Crazy Bus at 37 builders to 45 here, so... arguably behind here because of the 2 TCs of Captain Thomas, but that should reflect in the military investment here. Spearman, crossbows. That's actually a lot of spearmen here, maybe expecting a lot more cavalry than is actually on the field currently for from Crazy Bus from Captain Thomas. long-term thinking about the castle for defense as well. There are some nasty hills here that have to be secured somehow. A castle here would be perfect to keep the gold safe and secure this secondary stone and the woodland as well. But now it's Captain Thomas on the offensive here. He's been in the castle age for longer, he's established an eco lead. However, that cavalry investment easily dies to the beefy Viking pikemen, of course. One stray crossbow in the back of the base here for Captain Thomas. The one pikeman defense here for Crazy Bus now commits to only one TC for now. We want army numbers to be dominating here. The Cursed Scorpions, an issue though. They have an extra range, so that makes it harder than usual to... Technically they or match the range of the Mangonel, right? So you can't get that sneak shot in with the Mangonel defensively. If your Scorpion micro is on point, you'll be able to take out the Mangonel with Scorpions. Good dodge there by Captain Thomas. He has the Knights joining in as well, focusing down the remaining pikes, and one Scorpion going down there, but that's not a big deal. The Knights try to run in, but there's no opening. They are being deceived here by the... Can't go trespassing on the field between the blue houses here, so they will be not be able to take out the Mangonel, but here comes the forward Mangonel, Captain Thomas, to deal with crazy buses here. And now again looking at the eco numbers here. Eco lead for Captain Thomas, military lead for crazy bus. We've seen this before. It's just dead even population. One player playing the eco, one player playing the military. It's also the proper reaction of Crazy Bus seeing the second TC of Captain Thomas. That means that Captain Thomas will potentially have a villager lead as Crazy Bus reaches the castle age. That needs to be dealt with by having a military domination to be able to push back and punish that boom of the other player. So the pikemen definitely getting value here for Crazy Bus. They're focusing down a lot of siege weapons, KD 18 to 4 for Captain Thomas, but that's mainly pikemen killed from Captain Thomas, right? While Crazy Bus has been preserving the crossbow numbers and will be setting up for a counterattack, and now dropping that second TC over here while still collecting stone for a castle, which I think might be going up over here later on. Maybe forward as well, like all the way over here if the crossbows can defend that, or even here would be even better. But for now, Captain Thomas's eco is safe and sound. He's been aggressing a little bit, but mainly focusing on the economy here. Risky playing against the Vikings because Vikings have instant handcart. They have a fantastic economy no matter what you do against them. And there's only 2 villagers being killed there, so Crazy Bus has been benefiting from those eco bonuses all the way. 3 TCs for both players now, and Captain Thomas, yeah, a similar villager production here, so means that Captain Thomas will be preserving that villager lead by 20 that he already has. Military could be a concern. Crossbow, pike, accommodation for Crazy Bus here renders a Khmer cavalry investment to the point of useless here, and that house is very weak, so it should be an easy point of entry for Crazy Bus here to start really punishing the eco approach of Captain Thomas here. Now, if we're talking the very late game here, the very late imp, I favored Khmer because of the Hussar spam potential and their just ridiculous food economy with constantly dropping off food from the farms. But on the way there, the Vikings still have a lot of potential. They have that instant hand card and fully upgraded armrests. More efficient eco overall all the way. Khmer can hide the houses, but if you break the houses, the crossbows will be able to punish that, of course. Scorpions doing some work here again. They have that range that matches the crossbows. 5. Oh, wait, they only have fletching. So Crazy Bus is missing crucial crossbow upgrades here now. They've been at it for 2 hours at least in this best of 5, so it's only natural to forget some of these things. But yeah, bodkins sorely needed here, ballistics as well. Maybe we'll see the university going up at some point. There's the castle I was talking about on the hill, going to protect the main gold and to some extent the gold to the side, or more importantly also keeping the siege push out from this direction. No, crossbows looking for exposed eco, still only fletching in, which makes it more awkward to snipe villagers even if you have crossbows. This castle will definitely complete on the hill here, nothing the scorpions, small few numbers of scorpions can do about that. Crazy Bus going Imperial Age, but so is Captain Thomas. But Captain Thomas doesn't really have any army to contest the Imperial Age Vikings here, so I'm kind of liking Crazy Bus's spot here right now. University coming up as well, which will allow for ballistics probably immediately, and chemistry once the Imperial Age sets in. Small trickle of crossbows here, rendering this gold idled for a moment. Captain Thomas really wants a castle up as well to contest what will maybe become a trap war here. Khmer have access to siege trap, but so do Vikings, so no significant advantage for either here. But where are those upgrades? Is Crazy Bus gonna hold off until... Ah, there's Botkin, so never mind. Yeah. He just realized. Oh my god, no Bodkin, and that's even more of a disaster against the Khmer Scorpions that have +1 extra range. You'll be outranged by 2 by the Scorpions with your crossbows. Some Berserkers being mixed in here as well. That's sort of the Vikings substitute for cavalry in this sense. They are speedy. And if you get to the... they are really deadly if you get to the full upgrades with... yeah, Berserker Gang for the regeneration and... can't even recall the name, but the other unique tech for the Vikings. The Chieftains. That will give Vikings infantry bonus attack against cavalry. Applies to all cavalry units, not just the Berserkers, but with the regenerating elite Berserkers with Chieftains. Even mass cavalry will struggle. Where outrange mangoes? Do they actually? Does the mango only have 7 range? Yeah, you're right. You're right. But 1 more range. That is true. They don't outrange Arbalest though. Provided Bracer is in, and it is. Now, Gracebus is with 8 range to the Commerce Scorpions. 8 range, okay, yeah. So not outrange, but matched range. Good pressure from the Vikings here now. Arbalest numbers increasing. Scorpions will try to get some hits in, but they are matching in the range now, so Gracebus can get... with Siege Engineers they will outrange. Yeah, that's true. But Siege Engineers cost the same as... or it costs wood and food, so... That takes some time to get to. Alright, here goes a forward castle. No trebuchets made just yet, just the Berserk's chemistry coming in here. That's going to affect the castle fire as well. Ballistics and chemistry also gives castles added accuracy and extra range. So very good Vikings pressure from Gracebus here now. Berserkers raiding, castles going up. Trebuchets to pop out maybe. While Captain Thomas may or may not be setting up for the Hussar spam here now, looking at the food investment. Are we still making ARPs? Not really, just Berserks here and Arbalists. And now infantry upgrades, yeah, so 2 castles going to be... Gracebus sure loves playing the infantry. Jaguar warriors, Berserks, Eagle warriors. That's what I like to see. Bit of variety from the full cavalry or full archer style. Again, we're seeing a scenario where Captain Thomas is being pushed heavily back, though he has 2 defensive castles. He's making traps of his own as well. First trap popping out now for Gracebus. Only 1 trap though, and is going to push uphill against this castle. Hussar is in for the Khmer, and considering the lack of walls here for Gracebus, those Hussar raids could make a huge difference here when they hit the enemy side. Learning from the previous late game games here, the monk has already been collecting 3 relics, and Gracebus about to snag another one, maybe, no, not if the Hussars have a say in it. They're gonna get the old man, no relic for you, old man. And the Trebors is on, still only that 1 trap for Gracebus. One that the Hussars will fairly easily snipe as well. And here's the late game I was talking about earlier, that the mobility of the Khmer here with the Hussars and everything, they will dive in and really cripple that fluent economy of the Vikings here. And of course, if you don't have villagers working, you won't have a fluent economy either. Trebuchets in the making, no repairs here for Captain Thomas for now. He has enough stone for another castle that might go up on this side. Berserkers to raid over here now, full defense upgrades. But 1 forward castle will definitely be lost by Gracebus here, and Gracebus actually can't get more trebs out either because it's completely pop capped here. Oh, risky castle, quite close to the trebs, already pushing. Bullseye! That's a disgustingly accurate hit from the trebs from the hill there. One-shotting Gracebus's trap here, but the army numbers are still in favor of Gracebus here. Small numbers of Berserkers raiding over here as another defensive castle goes up for Captain Thomas, but most, like 75% of the map now in Captain Thomas's hands. We have the heavy Scorpions in. No siege engineers though, so not that extra range from siege engineers to benefit here. Arbalest 5+3, Scorpions 7+1, same range here. Another castle might be going down. And Papaya Pete says, I hope I just arrived to see the crazy guy win this. Well, we don't know that yet. But judging by score, it's in Gracebus's favor currently. 3 Siege Workshop pumping out the heavy scorps now. Late game Khmer in effect here. What's Vikings' response? I think Crazy Bus needs Onager here, but once Captain Thomas gets Siege Engineer, even Onager will struggle against mass Khmer Scorpions like this. And army numbers now similar. Captain Thomas with more villagers again here, but that's kind of going to be needed as well for the continued Hussar spam, the mobility here. Are we looking at another nasty, very late game here? Looks like Captain Thomas is looking for neutral golds or just playing with villagers here to claim some of the map where it's not being contested. Relic gold for the Vikings though, that's one that shouldn't be underestimated for the very late game should this run out of resources. But resources hardly the issue here for Crazy Bus. To be honest, I'm kind of feeling like Viking Cavalry makes sense here. Against a nasty but not unmanageable number of Khmer heavy scorpions. And because of all this food and gold, mind you, he's getting scale boarding armor, he's getting light cav. You never think about the Vikings cavalry because they don't have husbandry, they don't have bloodlines, they are pure shit, they're missing Imperial Age armor as well. But when you have 3000 gold and 2000 food in the bank, it's, yeah, could happen. Yeah, it was perfectly timed, yeah. It was, just before the scale boarding armor was added. Looks like another castle will be lost here, which will again open up for the Hussar raids here and allow the heavy scorpions to move in closer. The infamous farming TC going up for Captain Thomas to the side over here. It's quite close to the woodline, but it's probably the best spot for a TC. Some armed raids here, Crazy Bus heavily behind the villagers. I mean, can we actually check if Chieftains is in here for... it is indeed for Crazy Bus, which means that the Berserkers will deal extra damage to cavalry or bonus damage. But they're still only Berserks, right? Not Elite Berserk, and they don't have Berserker gangs, so they don't regenerate, and the Heavy Scorpions will just melt them, unfortunately. Light Cav joining in. Blast Furnace coming in, that will benefit both cavalry and infantry of Crazy Bus here, who's losing terrain to the mobility of the Khmer armies here, but there are definitely some raids going on here as well. Light Cav raiding the Khmer, but... all the sudden, just doing Thomas a favor here with these raids because he's been overbooming to the point of 140 villagers and desperately needs that army space. So, yes, the resources are kind of low for Captain Thomas here, but I don't think he should mind losing some villagers all that much. He could always replenish it with that very fast food income as well. So hard to make sense of this map. Some arbalest still alive over here, just pounding away at houses. Random TC far away from the woodland over here, and Hussars now obliterating most of Crazy Bus's economy. We're down to 36 villagers, 35 army, just like that. And the power of late game of Khmer compared to the Vikings here is definitely beginning to show. The mobility is such a big deal in the late game. Trash mobility, I should say. The Hussars, rather than the Eagle Warriors or the Metal Sims, because they require gold. 64 villagers, 27, 61, 165, 100 more population from Captain Thomas here, I think. There is no way back here for the Vikings, but I may or may not have said that in game 3 as well, so we should not be so sure. Why are male horses slower than female horses? You have to ask a farmer about that, not me. Or a horseman. GG well played, congrats, what an amazing game 5. Why are male horses slower than female horses? Because they don't have the mobilities. That is a good way to end the game. I don't know, did I mess something up with the score here, or is it actually 1-1-1? No, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2. Captain Thomas, congratulations, taking the Arabia Express 1600 max win. Let's have a look at the stats here, and that's definitely going to be it for today. I'll pass you along to Magnolia after we browse through the stats, because she's casting Wandering Squires finals. So for a Nomad enthusiast, that's the place to be. Double crossbow for Captain Thomas. Did we ever actually get Siege Engineers? That's such an important upgrade for the Siege, but he actually doesn't get it. So it would probably have closed out even quicker with Siege Engineers earlier and later. Welcome, Crazy Bus. Was a good set. Good set indeed. Alright, so GG.